In this day and age, violent video games rule the industry. You've got games like Fortnite, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and Apex Legends, all of which the player has and uses weapons to their advantage. However, not every video game is that violent. In fact, many of the video games being released now aren't violent. Some are fun, family-friendly platformers, such as New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe and Yoshi's Crafted World. But there is one game that rides the line of being family-friendly. One game that players all around the world can get together to play. One game. Super Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a game for Nintendo Switch that released on December 7th, 2018. It is part of a series of games known as the Smash series. The first in the series of games was Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 64, commonly referred to as Smash 64. This game was released on January 21st, 1999, and it revolutionized fighting games with percentages to show how much damage a person has taken instead of a health bar. Since Smash 64 was released, there have been 4 other Super Smash Bros. Games, including Super Smash Bros. Melee, which was released for the Nintendo GameCube on November 21st, 2001. Smash Melee took everything the original Smash Bros. Game did correct and added to it, giving the player the supreme Smash Bros. Experience. After Super Smash Bros. Melee, players waited for over 6 years for a new Super Smash Bros. Game, and what they got was truly amazing. Super Smash Bros. Brawl was released for the Nintendo Wii on January 31st, 2008, bringing with it the very first time Super Smash Bros. Had a story mode, known as the Subspace Emissary, and the arrival of third-party characters, such as Metal Gear Solid's Solid Snake and Sonic the Hedgehog. Another long 6-year wait was what players endured before the release of Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. While this version of Smash dropped the story mode, it introduced many players to online fights. Smash 4 saw the introduction of many characters to the franchise, such as Bayonetta from the Bayonetta series, Ryu from Street Fighter, Cloud from Final Fantasy, and Duck Hunt from Duck Hunt. It wasn't long before players wanted more Super Smash Bros. Content, so after 3 years of no new Smash titles, Nintendo announced there was going to be a 5th Smash title coming to the Switch in 2018. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was the title fans had been waiting for over 17 years since the release of Melee, which is considered to be the best and most popular in the series. It introduced many more characters to the franchise that have always been musts for Smash, such as Isabelle from Animal Crossing, King K. Rool from the Donkey Kong franchise, Simon and Richter Belmont from Castlevania, and Ridley from the Metroid series. This is the game that Smash fans dreamed of. So what makes Smash Bros. So appealing to so many people?
It's very easy to play, but at the same time it's very hard to master. So that's kind of like the games I really like to play.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is filled with stages from all over the franchise, with at least 10 from every game, if not more, including brand new stages never seen before.
My favorite stage is probably Final Destination because it's the most balanced stage in the game.
Some of the stages are neutral, meaning that there are no hazards that can interrupt your game. However, there are some stages that do that. They might have a giant boss, for example, such as the Xenoblade Chronicles stage. A giant robot dragon flies into the abyss, separating the 2 parts of the stage, and hitting him can make him part of your team, but he can damage you while you do this. High risk, high reward.
Peach's Castle, mostly because the platforms on the side, they're not what platforms, they're slopes. They're really fun because even if you're at high percent, you still have a chance to live because you can tech off them.
Teching is when your player hits a wall or slope after being critically hit. Teching is not always useful, however, as sometimes being teched against a ceiling can shoot you downward into a void or into a stage hazard. By now, you're well aware that you fight other people using characters from different video game franchises in Smash. These characters vary from Super Mario to Solid Snake from the Metal Gear Solid series. Each character has a specific moveset, highlighting their abilities from their respective franchises. A prime example of this is a character's Final Smash, a move that when used can be deadly. These moves are obtained by breaking the Smash Ball, which is a ball of light that floats around the stage. They can also be obtained with a new perk called the Final Smash Meter, which charges up when you get hit by other players.
My favorite character for Ultimate right now would be Ike. I like him just because I like Fire Emblem.
Also coming soon to Super Smash Bros. Are DLC fighters, fighters that will be purchasable off of the Nintendo eShop store on the Switch console. Players are hoping that their favorite characters will be announced as a DLC fighter. So who are they hoping will be in the game?
I don't really care at this point. All I really wanted was Joker. Recently been playing the game that he's from, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
This is Joker. The mission is go.
There are 3 different modes of gameplay in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and one of them is Smash Mode, where you and either a few buddies or computers battle it out on different arenas, with the goal of knocking each other out. Each player has a percentage meter which raises when taking damage, making it easier to launch the other players. There are 3 conditions for standard battles. The first condition is time, where you have to gather the most points by either knocking out other players or by getting an S flag, which is an item that grants players additional points to win. The second condition is stock, where players are given a set number of lives. In order to win stock battles, you have to be the last player standing. You can regain stocks by grabbing an S flag, which, just like in time mode, gives you a point, or in this case, a stock when used. The third condition is stamina, where players are given a set amount of health. To win, you have to reduce the other player's health down to 0 and be the last one standing. In Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, players can decide to take on Classic Mode. Classic Mode is a single-player mode in Smash, in which each character has their own predetermined set of opponents and stages to play on. Similar to previous games of Smash, players can select the intensity they want the computers they fight at to be. This ranges from 0.0, where the computer barely moves, to 9.9, where the computer is hard to beat. After choosing the difficulty, players have to go through a 7-round gauntlet of fights that concludes with a boss battle. There are different boss characters you can fight, but they vary based on the character you use. The adventure mode for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is known as World of Light. World of Light, unlike Classic Mode, takes a more story-based approach to adventure. The story begins with all of the characters standing on a ledge above an ocean, which was last seen at the end of the story mode in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Nonetheless, standing on the ocean, hundreds of Master Hands are floating in the air in front of them, with Galeem, the god of the light, hovering ominously behind them. Then, the Master Hands disintegrate, and they become part of Galeem. Galeem then turns into a black hole before shooting out beams of light, capturing all of the characters. Well, except Kirby. Galeem is one of 2 bosses you fight in World of Light. We will not mention the second boss as it gives major spoilers to the story. Everyone that had been captured by Galeem were used to create puppets of themselves, controlled by the spirits of non-playable characters. The only person in the universe that wasn't captured was Kirby, and he took it upon himself to free everyone that had been captured, defeat Galeem, and turn the universe back to normal.
I have beaten World of Light. It's pretty good. I got every single ending, so I'm not gonna spoil the ending. So.
And that is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.